Ron MacLean is the hardest working man in television. Every week he crosses the country for Rogers Hometown Hockey, and this Saturday he's anchoring 13 and a half hours of Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada festivities live from Kenora. Plus, get this, he still finds time to wake up and join us super early on BT on Valentine's, no less. And we thank you. Good morning, Ron MacLean.
Good morning, Dina.
Every time you're on, our Twitter feed lights up. You are so loved, as you know.
Well, really lucky, right? That's the game. I always say that's the love affair between hockey and Canada, and I just happen to be one of those lucky ones. And I was telling you just off the air, Pat Quinn's going to have a statue unveiled Saturday as part of Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada on the Vancouver end of things. The statue is from 2002 at the Olympics, where Pat used to sit on a bench outside the Olympic Athletes Village. And all the athletes from all the sports would sit with Mr. Quinn. And I remember in '04, the Leafs were playing Philadelphia's second round, and he invited all of Team Canada, who were flying through Toronto on their way to Europe, to come to a barbecue at his home. And I thought, gee whiz, the night before a Stanley Cup game, all that stress. But he knew what was important. So nobody took a back seat in Pat's world, and I love that.
The stuff that really counts, which is being there for one another, and whether it be a smile and a brace, a sympathetic ear, just supporting one another.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. There's going to be such a sense of community this weekend. It's the 17th annual, and you've been there all 17 years. Your beautiful wife, Carrie, we thank you for stealing him on Valentine's Day morning. It's going to be with you.
Carrie. She's coming to play hockey. There's a great tournament. Lake of the Woods, obviously, is a wonderland in winter and a summer playground. But, yeah, it'll be just great community. And we were talking with Hazel celebrating her 96th, the mayor of Mississauga, longtime mayor, not anymore, of course. But 98-year-old Len Kropiowski died this autumn, and he was at every Winnipeg Jets game, but in the WHA era and in the NHL. And he would stand there so patriotic before the games during the anthem. This is a little salute they had when he came back after an illness. He had missed a few games, which was really rare for Len. And when he came back at the MTS Center, they honored him. Great shot here of him getting emotional.
Oh, incredible man.
Just his Jets garb, and he would have his military uniforms during O Canada, the salute. It was patriotism, it was nationalism, and it was just joy. Look at him.
98 years old, God bless.
So we have a tournament they're going to have during the event in Kenora called the Kropi Cup, and that will honor his legacy, his memory, and it's just going to be a real celebration. And
what a wonderful time to do that. You know, they took it, a small community, in 1907. They put Kenora on the map, doing great things. And, you know, you see it's the 100th year celebrating the centennial of hockey. We're celebrating 150 years of our beautiful country. There seems to be so much to celebrate with all the bad news in the world that we're constantly inundated with. There's so much good happening.
Well, and in Kenora, one of the things I think about, Mike Richards is a kid from Kenora who made it to the National Hockey League. He won the Memorial Cup in Kitchener. He won the Calder Cup in Philadelphia, which is the American Hockey League, and he won the Stanley Cup with L.A. Excellence. They have this unexpected excellence out of a tiny little community. They won that '07 Kenora Thistle Stanley Cup. Mike made it all the way to the top. Michael Smith was a wonderful decathlete from Kenora who won medals all over the world. And
something in the air up there.
Very improbable stuff. Really, that's the, you know, and it's a big fishing town, so I think everything's kind of like a fishing story up there. These, you know, you catch it this small in a little place, but by the time it hits the bright lights, it's that big.
It's so true. And then, of course, you've got a big, busy schedule also. 7 games?
I do.
Is it 7?
I don't know.
7 games?
Yeah, we do. We have all the Canadian teams playing. The only exception is Edmonton plays the Chicago Blackhawks, but that's actually fun because Len Kropiowski used to sponsor a team in Kenora called the Kropi Hawks. So at least, so you've got Toronto plays Ottawa, Montreal starts with Winnipeg, and then later in the evening when they do the Pat Quinn statue unveiling, it's the Canucks and the Flames. Right?
And what do you think of the amazing young Leafs?
I think they're, you know, well, they're kids, right? It's incredible, Dina, and this just goes to show money means not a thing when it comes. You can't play for money. All the big guns, the rookies for Toronto, they're all under $1 million a year, and I just love that. They're driving the Leafs.
I think that's what's working for them. They're so young, and they're thrusted into this, right?
Bliss.
And the team with the most pressure, many say anyway, with the expectations. And they're just kind of doing their thing because all that other stuff, all that noise hasn't penetrated. So I think that's, sorry. Anyway.
You're right.
I don't know where I'm going with that one, but you know what I mean.
Well, you celebrate something at the expense of its playfulness, but you got to celebrate youth, right? It's it truly is what.
Right? They're
what
just doing their due.
In Kenora, it'll be all about being a kid again. It's really as simple as that.
And I'm going to say this: all
there's your
throughout
chocolates,
high school and elementary school, I never, ever, ever got the Valentine-ogram. It was always all the cute little girls.
Oh,
and I always admit this every year. In
I'm
high
not
school,
buying that.
I'm telling you, my girlfriend, her name was also Dina. It was ridiculous because it's not a common name. Dina Pinsevero, shout out.
Yeah.
We would give each other secret ones so that we wouldn't be without any.
Oh.
Is that pathetic?
No, well, the times have changed for you, Dina.
Had to do what Jamie, I see you laughing.
Yeah.
And to think that, you know, fast forward to a few years, only 5, and Ron MacLean would be giving me a box of chocolates on Valentine's Day, I would never believe you. Anything can happen.
Yes, it can. And
Go Leafs, go Love.
It's right from the heart for sure for me.
Go Ron MacLean. Scotiabank Hockey Day, thank you, in Canada is this Saturday starting at noon on Sportsnet and CBC. I think I just had a self-indulgent Beyonce moment.
Yeah.
Ron MacLean will host the festivities live from Kenora. All 7 Canadian teams will be in action, including the Leafs hosting the Senators at 7 p.m. We're also giving away a Scotiabank Hockey Day prize pack. If you would like to win it, enter through daily prizing at breakfasttelevision.ca. Are you a romantic, are you?
I believe I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe I am. I
so
don't know.
happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yeah,
over
you too, Dina.
Over to Natasha now.